No, because for some reason we had to sort of go and lie down in the afternoon for a bit in the hospital, or one of them. And then, you know, sort of about 3 o'clock, I'd come round, and there'd always be somebody sitting by my bed, and some of them I didn't know who they were, you know, but it seemed to be to me.
The very first time I ever heard about you was on the news going home from work, and that this lady had been found at the bottom of the stairs of Strathclyde University, and people thought that you had been beaten up because your injuries were so bad.
I don't remember the accident at all. I was probably doing guiding duty there then, but yes, I think I was in 3 hospitals, 2 in Glasgow and then to the one in Paisley. The one in Paisley, I knew where I was, I knew that it was the Paisley Hospital.
But what were your feelings?
There seemed to be a lot of people coming to see me.
That's right.
Some people I knew and some I didn't. I didn't know who they all were or
That's right.
why they were coming, because I was very confused about this.
Advocacy is really important. We understand that, and in terms of sometimes that can come from families. In Barbara's case, Barbara had no family, so part of having an advocate there, because there were so many decisions being made by so many different people.
And then sometime later, somebody from the hospital said they were clearing the ward out because they got more people coming in. And they were moving me to somewhere different, but they were going to take me to Barhead to sort of have a drive down. And they took me to the care home and just handed me over. At least this is what I remember. Whether I imagined this or not, I don't know. Because I was very confused at that time. But I always felt that the hospital were trying to dump me in this nursing home that I didn't like.
Having an advocate for Barbara was very important and crucial to the process, to make sure that there was that other voice being heard in terms of for Barbara alone, and where people often think they're doing the right things as professionals, is always having that balance where, you know, is this the right thing that we're doing, and is there another perspective to this? Is there another area that we need to consider in terms of what's right? And where we like to think that we always get it right, is having that independent view that can keep a balance on what's being discussed.
Well, he came to see me, and I didn't know who he was. I thought it was a bit odd, but he said he'd seen me when I was in hospital. He might have been one of these mysterious people who sort of came and went, and I didn't know who they were. But I think he said he was going to try and... I think I told him I didn't like the nursing home, and he seemed to think it was a bit odd. And he said he would try and get me moved, and he'd also get the older people's team to try and look after me instead of the nursing home doing it. And after that, I think it happened while they were looking after me. I still had to be in the nursing home, but I seemed to have things happening to me that other people there didn't have, which I thought was a bit special.
But we had to recognise that, you know, the care home was not where she wanted to be, definitely did not particularly like it, but she still stuck with it, and we knew it was better than hospital because it was more of a home environment where we could work with the staff. The care home was absolutely crucial in the discussions that we had when we brought Barbara out of hospital to that care home. The care home had to buy into what we were going to achieve or look towards working with in the rehabilitation programme. If they were not going to do it, that would not have been a good enough placement for us. We would need to have gone elsewhere. They wholeheartedly bought in, they understood what it was that we were going to do together, and I need to say that the care home where Barbara was did an exceptional job.
Because I was sort of taken home once a week to sort of be able to cook my own lunch, or taken out somewhere, and I could go out, I was allowed to go out for a walk. At one time, people were only allowed to go out of the door if they had somebody from the nursing home to go with them. But I was allowed to have people that I knew to come and take me out.
It was about promoting that independence, so it was not about the care home staff at all doing things for Barbara. It was Barbara doing it for herself, and that was, you know, crucial to the plan, and every minute detail of where Barbara's got to has been in the plan, and how we were going to achieve that. And it's about all the small pieces of work start to come together till you get the big picture.
Well, I think at one time somebody took me home to make sure that I knew exactly where my flat was.
And of course, along that way, Barbara is still regaining more of her memory, her recall.
And, you know, they gave me the keys, which they got from the hospital or somewhere. And, you know, made sure that I could sort of open the right door and so on. And I think, you know, when they took me home to have my lunch and so on, they sort of were there to check that I'd turned everything off that should have been turned off, like you know, like the cooker and the lights and all the windows and doors and things were shut and locked. And
however, I think it's sometimes, you know, you just need to recognise that it's not perfect. You know, we can't make this all happen overnight, and we all just need to agree that we need to work through it.
And after that, they started taking me to places where you perhaps had to get on a bus or a train to make sure I got on the right ones.
Maybe never have worked out, but she had the chance, and we gave her that opportunity to look at maximising Barbara's potential.
And at one time, I think Jackie took me off to get some shopping. And she said, well, she'd take the shopping back in the car and let me walk home, and I did. And I think she got very worried because I didn't walk home the way the car had gone to take me to the shops. I walked back through the park, and I think she was a bit startled looking up the road for me to come when I was creeping up behind her. And she looked a bit sort of startled. So.
And you were getting your life back again. Do you remember that feeling? What did that feel like? Getting that control back?
Oh, I sort of felt I'd achieved something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, I think that was a lot better. I felt, you know, things were getting back to normal, and somebody might actually allow me to sort of go home and live a normal life. Well, it's a lot better because I can sort of sort out to do things when I want to do them and sort of do what I want to do, really, I suppose.
I think it demonstrates quite clearly that people need to be given the opportunity to develop and to progress and live their dreams and try to achieve them. Everybody in this world has dreams of whatever. Now, whether that be something hugely wonderful to go on a private jet and be looked after and doing whatever, or is it the fact of I want to be able to walk out in that street, go on a bus and go into town and do whatever I want to do. It doesn't matter what it is. Everybody has got something that's important to them, and it's up to us to find out what is important to help people realise that dream that they have when they're maybe not as able to express that. And we need to look at all areas of where we can hopefully help people find that and get to the point where they go, life's good. Life's good.
One was from the Secretary of the Government, and the other is from, forget what she's, oh, quite important. Felt quite grand, actually. I mean, it sort of makes, you know, it's interesting for other people if something happens to them, you know, they can be more hopeful.